Baby 222 was the official winner of Squid Game Season 3, but let's be honest, she didn't deserve to win. These are the players who truly deserve to survive and walk away as winners. Let's first start with our beloved main character player 456 Gi-hun. Since we first saw Gi-hun, we knew that he was a poor person who was in debts, and life for him was kinda hard even though he was a very positive and happy person in Season 1. In the games of Season 1, Gi-hun made many friends and teammates like Ali Abdul, Cho Sang-woo, Oh Il-nam, and Kang Sai-byok. But all of them, and I mean every single one of them, died in the brutal games. This changed Gi-hun massively, especially the death of Cho Sang-woo, who was his childhood best friend. In Season 2, we see a completely opposite Gi-hun. Instead of seeing him as a very positive and happy person, even after tragic events happening in front of his eyes, this time he is broken, negative, and depressive. And when his last best friend, Young-bae, died in the rebellion, that was it for Gi-hun. And in Season 3, mostly in the first episodes, we just don't even see him talking anymore, not even eating or drinking. And when his death came at the final game, I wasn't surprised, I really expected it. But it is true that he did not deserve it, even if it was expected. My thought is that a good ending for him would have been if Gi-hun actually pressed the button on the floor in the end of the game round and killed Myung-gi. Then he would leave the island with Baby 222, and as he saw that the island exploded, he would think that the games would finally be over, so I guess that would be happier. He also would definitely go to the USA with Chun-hee's daughter and meet his daughter too, and her seeing Gi-hun with a new baby and in regret, she would actually forgive him. After all that, he would also promise to be a better father. Gi-hun would end up alive and have reasons to stay alive thanks to the baby and Gi-hun's daughter. But what ending do you think was perfect for Gi-hun? If the ending of Gi-hun was sad, let's talk about an even sadder one, and I'm talking about the death of player 222, Jun-hee. Honestly, I and much more people really expected that she would die in the jump rope game, as it was kinda obvious that she wouldn't be able to jump. Whether it's because of any injury like she had on the feet, or because she was pregnant, or just because she gave birth, like also happened along with the fracture on one of her foot. So after she won the 4th game, I just already knew she was dead on the 5th game. Still, I think we can all agree that she deserved a happy ending with her daughter. Like we did with Gi-hun, we will also talk about Jun-hee. Jun-hee was orphaned at an unknown age, so she didn't have a family to help her with anything. She dated Myung-gi, a popular YouTuber known as MG Coin, and became involved with cryptocurrency. At his behest, he bought a coin called Dalmatian and lost 30 million won when it was revealed to be a scam. She broke up with Myung-gi soon after. In around 2024, Jun-hee got pregnant because of Myung-gi. He knew about this and told Jun-hee to get an abortion, but she didn't. She wanted to keep the baby. After that, Myung-gi vanished for 6 months. In the games, we see her serious, willing to do anything for her baby, and also kind of sad. We also see her relationship with Myung-gi in a very bad state. She later died in the jump rope game, giving up because she knew that she wouldn't be able to cross the bridge since she had 11 seconds left. She had a fractured foot and was emotionally tired of staying alive. What she wanted was completed. She gave birth and kept her baby safe by giving it to someone she really trusted, who was Gi-hun. And she didn't want to do anything more after that. After seeing the deaths of her friends, especially Hyunju and Gyeomja, she was broken. A happy ending for her would definitely be if in the 4th game, they didn't climb up those stairs and she didn't break one of her foot. If either at least one, Hyunju or Gyeomja, survived and helped her on the 5th game. And if in the final she somehow survived being protected by any of her friends or Gi-hun, taking care of her baby after everything that happened. The death of Jun-hee was heartbreaking and really shocked by most fans, but the death that definitely shocked the most was the death of Hyunju. Do we agree that we thought she would at least survive the 4th game and reach the 5th game? At least I thought so. I was really shocked and didn't expect it when it happened, and looked like a kind of disrespectful death and pressured one. Before the games, when Hyunju turned an adult, she joined the army as a special forces and rose through the ranks to become a staff sergeant. When Hyunju began her transition as a woman, she was abruptly fired from her job and ostracized by her family and friends. With no steady income or social support, Hyunju started going into debt. She continued her transition and began developing trust issues. With her debt standing at 300 million won, Hyunju decided to participate in Squid Game, with the ultimate goal of winning enough money to move to Thailand and finish getting her surgeries which would complete her transition. In the games, Hyunju showed to be caring, brave, skilled, and selfless. She eventually died in the 4th game, which, fun fact, she was the first important character to die in the season. In my opinion, her death was heartbreaking and felt too fast and disrespectful. What did you think about her death? I think we can all also agree that the best ending she could get is if she looked back and saw Myung-gi approaching her, and she either would have killed him or told him that she was with Joon-hee and meant no harm. She would escape the game successfully and in jump rope. Even with a broken foot, I wouldn't be so surprised if she managed to beat it too, by jumping with only one leg, since it's not like Joon-hee literally broke her foot. I think that with her skills, she could have stopped the bleeding, and as it is a stab, it wouldn't be so impossible to jump. In the final game, I can definitely see her protecting Joon-hee's daughter along with Gi-hun. The O's would first kill Min-soo, and in the next round, Myung-gi would push 336 out of the platform with the metal pole. A large fight between the O's and X's would have happened, but thanks to Hyunju's skills, they would easily be eliminated, and Gi-hun and Myung-gi would also help kill the remaining. In the final moment, Hyunju doesn't want to kill anyone, but Myung-gi starts threatening both of them. Gi-hun eventually fights with Myung-gi. Then he tells Hyunju to press the button to start the round when Gi-hun and Myung-gi are hanging in the platform. She presses the start round button, and Gi-hun, the baby, and Hyunju would beat the final game. She goes to Thailand, gets her surgery done, and raises Joon-hee's daughter. But of course, for Squid Game, this is a way too good ending to happen, so it definitely wasn't going to be like this, sadly. If the death of Hyunju didn't break you enough, let's talk about this next death, the death of Geum-ja. I was actually really expecting her death to happen because, she lost her friend Hyunju and most importantly, lost her own son, Young-sik, who was killed by her. But I was still really sad when it happened and wasn't emotionally prepared for it to happen, so expect my reaction. Geum-ja was born sometime in the 1940s. She survived the Korean War during her childhood. She got married to an unnamed man and had a son named Park Young-sik. Her marriage was to an unfaithful one, as her husband had a steady extramarital affair and was physically abusive towards her. Over the years, Geum-ja helped over a dozen women deliver their babies in her local neighborhood of Bongcheon-dong. Her son Young-sik continued to live at home with her as an adult and racked up a significant amount of debt due to his gambling habit. Her husband died at some point before October 2024. She later decided to join the games in hopes of winning enough money to pay off her son, Young-sik's gambling debt. We saw her during the games as an honest and opinionated woman with a fiery temper, but she is later shown to be really kind and empathetic. Her top priority is her son, Young-sik, as she states she wouldn't have a reason to live if he died. And that was definitely proven to be right because Geum-ja later committed suicide by hanging herself in the dormitory after the death of her close friends and mostly because of the death of her son. In my opinion, her death actually felt right and made sense that she would do that, since she stated that she didn't have a reason to live if her son died in the games. Let's talk about an ending that would have made us all happy if it happened. Imagine Young-sik would have somehow killed a blue team player, and he passed the game. Geum-ja and Joon-hee are in the dorms as red players come into the dorms after the game, and they see Young-sik come in. She is happy but sad at the same time, because she lost one of her closest friends, Hyunju, but at least she had her son, which was her reason to live. It's honestly almost impossible for me to think of her surviving even the 5th game, but let's say that if she somehow had a chance in winning, I guess it would be because she would go with Young-sik in front of her in jump rope, and he would help her to jump. For the big gap, Young-sik would jump first, and then he would help his mother to jump it too. After some time, she eventually reaches the finish platform and wins the game. In the final game, she and Young-sik go to protect the baby with Gi-hun. She has the hairpin knife to protect herself, so the Yos don't want to go so close to her. Myung-gi grabs the metal pole and starts to get close to throw her off, but Young-sik and Gi-hun get in front of her, stating that if they want to throw her off, they would also need to throw Gi-hun, the baby, Young-sik, and Geum-ja at the same time. And that would make them have to kill each other in the next round. so they kill Min-soo first. In the next round, Myung-gi eventually teams up with the X's, Gi-hun, Yong-sik, and Gyum-ja, and throws 336 off the platform. And again, another fight. Yong-sik would protect the baby as she gives him her knife to protect them, and they stand in a corner while Myung-gi and Gi-hun fight the O's. In the final round, Yong-sik would press the start button and Myung-gi would be killed. Gi-hun, the baby, Gyum-ja, and Yong-sik would win the game, and Gyum-ja would be able to pay her son's debt, start a food stand like they wished to, and live together with the money they needed.